Back now. Man, man, man. We're talking about fucking shooting squirrels and shit. Also, like, this, the back of the chair is a bit short to zoom in to like that. Extremely bad at drawing. Alright, again we are back. Hopefully it holds this time. We just got to midnight. Congratulations, we survived. Barely. I would argue that, like, in a sense, the stream has died plenty of times before. Between here and between the start and here, where we are. A lot of things happened. I'm gonna try and, like, do more with, like, line weight and stuff, or like these kind of things. I feel like I've forgotten a little bit how fun doing, like, actual line variation and stuff is for inking. And, like, if you focus on the coloring for a while, then, like, you will forget, and then you can relearn again. That's the fun thing about art, is that you don't recall anything and you just relearn just relearn everything forever. Fine, I'm fine. You can hear the what do you do? The drunken sailor in the background, and I crank that music up a little bit. I fucking love Sonia's chunky bracelet. Basically a cuff. I mean, I think it is technically a cuff. I mean, even not even technically it is a cuff. Like the way it works. Looking at it. You know what I resent that like if I were a designer in Pokemon I would probably work for either. I resent that. But I think it's true. Actually, like, why is it why is it laying like that? I just realized. You know what? I'm not good at like figuring things out at first go, but the more you learn. I was so sad. My poor Bob. Poor man. Is it large enough? No, it's like it's this thing is genuinely like fucking humongous. Be bigger. Mm-hmm. I think this is one of the levels that I like noticed the music of because like of course because first of all it's like basically a pitch shift of like what you do with Drunken Sailor, but at the same time it's just like such a perfect level, you know. They did not pull any fucking punches. They got us. Figure out. Fucking. I think I got that wrong. So that does not look correct anymore. Gotta change that. So like I never really noticed the fact that like the bracelet has like a bunch of different like the plating I guess on there is like it has like cuts on it. It's not like actually like, the same piece of like mail like all the way down. There's new information to me. I have stared at this same page for a while. How does it work? Hmm. 9. Also, I need to erase this part. Okay, she's back. It's okay, Twig. It's not your fault. I know whose fault it is. It's FPT, the service fucking provider. Awesome. They said that they're gonna give me like fucking state of the art. Uh, state of the art fucking internet, and this is what they do to me. This is what they do to me. If you have never played games, please like look for like Discover My Body and Water Womb World and experience them. They're so good. They look so good too. Genuinely, like Water Womb World looks like so fucking good. Excellent. Oh, the fact that you can kind of hear Psyching Steve in there. Ah. Okay, old man. This place I cannot do. At least watch a stream or something. This will surely kill the Baku. I don't draw a lot of content for like content. That's a way to talk about my art for sure. I don't draw a lot for like Bob and Helmut, but I love them. I love them so much. People who are old and gay. If you need an incentive to play Psychonauts 2, they have a whole Unbury Your Gay arc. Almost literally. Obviously, that's not like the only reason why you should play Psychonauts 2, but I know my fucking audience. I know what y'all want. how far into it is. You know what? At least like they're kind to me and they make it like just rectangular and not like a pointed like strap. That way I don't have to like figure out what the fuck is gonna look like from this angle. Sometimes you just gotta conserve your brain strength somehow. Freaking there are games I've been thinking about getting recently, like Inscription, which is like a card game. Like I feel like eventually like the amount of the layer of rules will like get a bit too much for me, so I didn't get it. But like it genuinely looks really good and I would probably enjoy it for at least like 5 hours. Okay. Her hand holding the book. Dual wielding. Is reading a book or referencing another book. How far can I stretch this? I mean, like, technically, why would I need to? Oh my god, you can hear. Oh. Oh, this seems gonna kill me. I'm sorry for like oohing and ahhing like some kind of animal right now. Good god. The guitar. Psyching's guitar. Hey, people real. It slopes down. It's fine. I'm making shit up as I go. It's fine. I substitute cream in my coffee with coconut cream. I think it's doing something to me. I love drawing fingernails, bro. I love drawing fingernails that express the direction in which the hand is turning. It is such a thing that I do. just need to accurately and somewhat quickly remember where the shadow lays and put them down. Okay. Finish the goddamn book. I think I should start drawing the book. I forgot. Somehow. This at 7, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. You know what? We'll figure it out. If it looks bad, we'll change it later. Draw first. Gotta get the first draft out. Anything else can come later. Also, I fucking love hardcover. Nobody fucking slander hardcover in my presence. No, like I mean like realistically, as in like if I have a like uh a goal for like my art in general, it would of course be like getting a book done. But if you got to write like a novel, like fiction writing, what would be like the kind of story you want to tell, you know? I think like Yao immediately would know that my answer would be horror anthology. I have one mode only, and it is horror anthology. Oh, thank you, Swift. I love drawing hands because sometimes I just wing them. I have like good hair, like good uh hand days and bad hand days. Sometimes I can't get a hand drawn like correctly. Sometimes it just come out okay in like one go. I don't know how that works. Oh yes, it's the island in Bob Zanotto. Man, didn't Bob like create kind of? Yeah, I think like it's canon that Bob has a hand in creating uh the Psychonauts. Oh man, old man goes through so much. Oh yeah, I just got the good news that On Earth we have Briefly Gorgeous, the poetry, uh, the, the book. I shouldn't like say like exactly what it should be. Like the poetry book by Ocean Vuong is gonna get translated into Vietnamese soon, and I finally can have like a physical copy of it. Holy shit. Holy shit, fucking finally. It is translated by Nhã Nam though, and I'm wary about the quality of the translation. I think Nhã Nam isn't as bad a translation as she books. They make like they have like really good cover art for most of the stuff that they have that they publish, but like the quality of the translation that they have is like uh at least like in my opinion like mediocre to kind of yikes. Like in a way, like I would say that if I read the translation and I can like I can hear myself in my head like return it back to like the original like English, that I think that's kind of not the best job you can do when it comes to translation. I mean, I'm not fucking throwing stone translating is hard as fuck, especially like a poetry book. Are you kidding me? Translating poetry into Vietnamese is not easy, especially like freestyle like prose poem. Just it works entirely differently in like two different languages. But like I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna get a book. I want to see how they do. And if it's not good, then I'm just gonna get like an ebook. I'm gonna get an ebook version of the original English. Like I try not to like pirate uh books from like authors like that, because like they're not like big business. They do depend on sales to live. Like fucking, of course, if you're like reading fucking Notre Dame de Paris or something like that, like books from like long fucking dead authors, like feel free to fucking pirate them. Who gives a shit? But like for like living authors, especially indie authors, kind of scummy to pirate them. I would say, mostly because like like their books aren't like that expensive. And honestly, like I'd rather like being able to like borrow in sense than just kind of stealing it out like from like resources online. Also, on that note, I should like figure out a time to like translate that one novel when I'm Gao to English, because I feel like it's pretty pertinent to a bunch of things going on right now, and I think Gao would understand and like appreciate it. I think Zeman Pyoki is already like translated into English, which is I think that's like one of the two classics that I know of with like an actual like a bunch of actual proper like English official English translation. That one and Chutgyo was like they're like the only two I can recall. Uh, and that's kind of a shame because like Chutgyo is probably I would say like the right one if like there's any of them to translate, because that's basically like the canon text in Vietnamese that's like foundational to the forming of Vietnamese as like a language. It's kind of akin to the Divine Comedy to like Italian. Like, and it's also one of those things that like properly introduce like the like gnome language, like our actual like native language, instead of like Sino-Vietnamese into a more academic like background. It is a huge text, and like it's definitely one of the ones that need to be translated, if there's any of them who that needs to be translated. Is this like too short? But like Zemeshuluki is a choice. It is absolutely one of the choices that you can make. I I guess I just like personally I don't really see like the idea behind that. I would say that like any of the text right now would be like a more a more interesting choice to translate. Because like Zeman Fioluki is like written in is intended to be a children's story, like an adventure story kind of. And like it's in tone it shows that. Like I feel like the ending of that story like it kind of winds up being a little bit condescending. Like it got too on the nose and like it kind of loses itself as a story and becomes just like like the moral. There's no like there's no steps between the moral and the story anymore. It's again like I probably will change my mind when I reread it again. And also it is a good text otherwise, other than the ending. I would say I don't really like the ending. And like it's not like I wasn't about to fucking draw a whole like slash comic about the characters in that one book. So what does my opinion matter? Holy shit. This is how I survived middle school. But yeah, if I were to like have a choice of what kind of text to translate into English, I would say Chỉ Phèo and of course Truyện Kiều, and maybe like I would say Số Đỏ, yeah. I mean like any of the Vũ Trọng Phúc short stories or novels. Because like other than the fact that like they are like topical or they are like good morals or whatever, it's just also the fact that like they're very well written. That man was a machine. Like he was one of the one who got like built. He wrote was that reports kind of way, like he wrote like articles for sure for newspapers, and he got paid by like each piece instead of like word count or something like that. So he was cranking out like almost like one article every day. That man was a machine. He was like this spider in charge of writing. He wrote like over 300 articles, and like most of them were lost in the war. It's insane. Like we didn't get to see most of them nowadays. It's fucked up. But like, yeah, he got eventually he got more well known as a novelist. He died really young. I think he died at like 37, 27. No, I think he started writing at 27 and he died at 37. I need to like look that up again actually. Like that man was active like literally like in literature for such a short time, and in that time he cranked out like an insane amount of work. And his works are like really good too. He was writing a novel between those articles. Man, I genuinely, I, I still need to like translate Chifel before Soda though. Uh, wrong one to click. Sorry about that noise. I just turn on my beat key to type these accent marks. Yeah, he wrote like 30 short stories and 9 novels. It's fucked up. He even wrote like a screenplay. Outrage aux bonnes mœurs. Yeah, yeah, the French are gonna say that. Awesome. Yeah, he genuinely was only writing for like 9 years. In 9 years, he wrote that much. That man was something. Genuinely. There are like very cool things in like Viet literatures, and like I want them to be more accessible for people overseas, like English speaking people, and especially just because like there's not enough like Viet content, like Viet media getting to like diasporas, and I want to try and fix that somehow. Fix is a strong word to say to use here. Just like help with the situation in some way. Like I keep thinking about like translating this stuff. Uh, GPL is genuinely like super topical, I would say. Even though like I would say that yeah, GPL is specifically about like colonialism and the reign of uh of the colonists of a colonialist over like the people of the land, the people the local, and like how that strips away like being under a system like that like strips away people's ability to be like kind. But like I feel like it's still like very is still like it is a text that still can still do something nowadays, especially after like a bunch of medias with basically the same theme, especially after Squid Game. Like yeah, yeah, I think y'all would love to read about this. Just fucking track the moment we talk about colonialism, this track comes out. It's so catchy. God damn it. So fucked up and it's so catchy. Novia, Novia. We're just listening. We're just listening to this propaganda now. I think like the people who the yeah that will find was like having trouble trying to convert the game soundtrack into like a CD kind of form, like a sellable album form, because in the game, like the music in the game is adaptive. A bunch of tracks are like they changed like along with the way you play, so like how it's is always a puzzle, like trying to work that into a form that isn't interactive. Yeah, like this one's different. The album version is different from the game version. Colombia is our hope. I think like there's like it's kind of implied that the man Risto Malik wrote this himself, like in his own brain. It's extremely funny. I love Psychonauts. Despite all of that, it manages to be a very funny game while not being like I wouldn't say like not entirely immature. It manages to be like to take the stuff it has to take seriously, very seriously, and it still finds levity here and there. It's great. Lovia, Kulovia. 9, number 9, please. Mm. Can I manage to cram in some hatching here? Okay. I think I never actually like got to hear like this whole song like continuously because every single streamer I've met have found like the part where they got to turn it off. The part's optional, but they always found a way to turn it off. This game's great. 908. Was it? Oh, was I using 908? I think it was 8. freaking. Okay. Wow, it's like 12:49 already. 45. Why did I say 9? Because I need to bump my this to 9. I'll say it. I'll. You know what? I'll blame that. I'm ready to do that. Hopefully you can finish inking today. Just gonna slap on like the. I'm just gonna have to slap on the grayscale off screen, and that'd be cool. The W key is kind of fucked up, I think. Did I already break it? Am I really such brute? And I feel like they were trying to do something with Sonia. Nine, 8. Oof. The armhole, I think, is like a thing that I've never actually seen with my own eyes. The armhole, like, of the jacket, but like from this angle. Maybe something I need to change. Something I need to like look at like for real, for actual. Maybe it looks entirely different. I wouldn't know. Insane. It's insane. Now you have never seen anything in your life the moment you start drawing. The haunted is part of the game. Man, after this one, I might put on the Lost in Vivo soundtrack to be haunted and terrible in the middle of the night. It's simply a thing that we can do together. Bro, be haunted with me, be absolutely terrible with me. Yeah, literally forgot you had music on. Sometimes it do be like that. I do be. This is the. Yeah, this is the fight. The fight. I can't say more than that. These space I got up to. It is truly a game of all time. This goes on only after my meal. Yeah, that's also like a saying in Vietnamese. Like chưa đánh tránh miếng ăn. This basically means that like anything happens has to happen outside of a meal. You cannot interrupt a meal. Even if the sky's going to fall down on you, it has to do that outside of a meal. You are invincible. You have iframes on when you're eating. Can I use my freaking... Oh wait, I think I forgot her actual like hair, like the this some something tail. I don't know the English word for this. Fuck. Side ponytail? Is that a one? Yeah, a side ponytail. Okay. I forgot her glasses. Fuck. Let me freaking... Where I should put your little heart. Man, I want to see your heart. This is an extremely Undertale kind of request. I think she was, yeah, pulling her glasses down in my sketch. God. One day I'm gonna draw a character with like this kind of glass. Like like the frame is normal. The actual frame is normal, but like the fucking thing, I fucking forgot the English word for it, would be like this. Just so I don't have to like erase any of the eyes that I draw. Fucking character could be like, and then like the glass would be like this, you know? There's something like somebody created that anime glass that has like a piece of it in like transparent resin, so you can still see their eyes through, even in like in profile. Please, in okay, enlarge. Damn, the W key kind of busted. Her glasses. I understand why the shape is simple, but at the same time, I refuse. If there's one thing I draw more than book, is glasses. Oh, it's correct. Is it the correct size already? It's... Please? Damn, the W key is wonky now. I need to like clean it or something. It needs a deep clean. Don't think this is how actual lighting works, but you know, whatever. It's not about that. Drawing is simply not about that. Frequently, I feel like there are bugs on my body. They're not. They're nowhere near me. There's a giant fly that just flew by, though. I think it got out. I am near so much free space right now. Shit around here is simply so unoccupied. And just run outside and like walk into a bunch of grass and like nobody would even be able to tell me to like fuck off because nobody's there. Also, like, did somebody just like do something? Oh, okay. Simply do not worry about it. My phone just vibrated, and I'm using it as like my uh I'm using it as my my dashboard right now. So is it in my microwave? Shut my toilet door. Oh yeah, I know that kind of studio. It's is absolutely definitely a kind of choice that the that they have made to commit to, I guess. Like, it's insane that they like make y'all live like that. I was also in a studio apartment for my 2 years in France. I think it made me like so much worse. That shit wasn't good. That shit like was not good for you if you didn't get to like get outside or like go home or something like in the weekend. Which is something that my classmates got to do a lot. I just went to the bookstores. Still very salty I didn't get to buy that Pluto box set. Man, if I got the chance again, I would. Wish I could move out, especially since the landlord's still not finishing that work. Yeah. Landlords, man. I mean, like, there's probably ways to, like, you know, like, put some fire under his ass for that. Like,
Hi, my name is
oh
Sky.
yeah, I remember now. I have to like do this. I have to mute this motherfucker before they nerf me on Twitch. Yeah, I think that you can look up like a tenant neighbor, no, tenant unions near you, and see like what kind of like legal help they can be for you. And like usually like if you have like a tenant union like backing you, bargaining and like asking stuff from uh the landlord would be easier. And yeah, I mean, your social workers are kind of like that. The Yeah, it's just the thing is like people just think of social workers as like so much better in cost and stuff like that, but like they kind of do serve the same system in the end. So they kind of end up being the same kind of people, except like I guess like social workers are less violent because like they don't gravitate towards a job that has guns or like baton, I guess, in France. Fucking, I have to remember my. You know what? I'm gonna listen to the Helix OSD again, Helix 2. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? After the stream, I'm gonna try and like see if there are any like tenant unions around where you live, like in the region, or like just like in France in general. Like social workers aren't exactly like in your situation, you know. They aren't. They might be tenants, but like they are not working under like the assumption that they have to be like good to tenants. So like usually they won't like give you shit, but like a tenant union is like formed to protect tenants, so they will be able to do more for you usually. This is such this is such a. I am simply listening to the guitar. Oh, so I need to. Oh no, I forgot this little ashes. Pretend for a moment that everything has the order. Oops. Oh no. I'm sorry, Twig. Surprise spice is not good. There should only be spice when you are there to like when you're expecting them and thus like being able to enjoy them. I mean like I've also been like laughed at for having a bad spice tolerance or like compared to the people around me. I mean like they're not wrong. I'm not good at like eating like spicy food. But literally like eventually just who gives a shit? It's like you're cooking for yourself, you're making food, and really, what's the point of like trying to like be tough or whatever and like torturing yourself over some spices? I don't make a habit of like like making my food in a way that makes me unhappy. I think food should make you happy. So like if I don't like spicy stuff, I don't like chili, like the really hot kind of chili, then I just don't eat that. So why I think that diets are kind of stupid. Never mind the fact that they don't really work. Back when I live home, I'm not considered. Wow. Yeah. You know what? Like, I guess like if you want to like up your spice tolerance, there's really no like better and like tastier way to do it than like Indian food. Like genuinely, like I think, or like like some types of like Chinese food and like Southeast Asian food, where like we sometimes prioritize like a kind of like numbing spice instead of like genuinely like a hot spice that hurts. Like it just like makes your mouth go like numb instead of like making it hard for you to eat because it hurts. Genuinely, I once got like a piece of chili in like my that one tree. It's like a mango, uh, salted mango kind of thing. Like that was so fucking hot that it just like killed my ability to finish any of that, and I couldn't eat anything hot for literal months afterwards. Like I couldn't say anything after I ate that because I ate that one piece because it's so hot. I just like sat there like couldn't even move. I just sat there and I just kind of nodded. I just kind of nodded whenever like anyone spoke to me for a good like 15 minutes. I think I just kind of like grew up like crying at things by then. Not really. I think like I cry at like things that are emotional. I don't really cry when it hurts. I do have very high pain tolerance, and yet at the same time, I'm not into hot, like chili hot kind of thing. Yes, fine. Simply do nothing too much about that. Okay, my ruler is in place. Time for me to trace a line and then move that line to the appropriate space. Oh yeah, milk is like a way to make things less spicy after you eat them. To like, I mean, like yes, the thing is like milk helps with burns. Milk's supposed to like soothe burns. Why is this one wonky? I don't like that. So like, it makes a kind of sense that like when you eat something hot, you would like drink milk to make your mouth feel better. It's like one of the perks of being a whole adult is now when I say that I don't really like eating something, like people just respect that, which says something about like how fucked up people usually act towards children. But like yeah, now I like one of the quirks that I just have as a person, I guess, is that like I don't like wet fish, which doesn't fucking make sense, I know, but like if a dish with fish in it is wet, like we sometimes like anything that's like steamed fish or like like fish that's cooked in a broth or something like that, I wouldn't eat it. I don't like fish that's wet. I like fish that's been like grilled or like fried or deep fried or anything is like crunchy and dry. So like a long time ago when I was a baby and still like before I went to France, which is relatively a while ago. Uh, when I said that, like my parents would like still force me to eat fish, basically. But nowadays, like when I said that, oh no, I don't like eating like wet fish. They would just like leave me be. They was just like, yes, fine. You can regulate your own fucking meal now. And I'm like, yeah, thank God, thank fucking God. I I'm very picky when it comes to like seafood in general. I can eat but also like my taste in general. It's just like I'm not like the fucking like exquisite taste or something. I frequently the shit that I like eating is like on the cheap end of the everything. Like I like canned tuna over fresh tuna. Okay, okay, I should be back now. Literally like it's in the middle of the night. Why is my internet still like this? It should not be like who else is using it? Literally. Man. But yeah, I like shitty tuna salad. I do eat like I can eat raw salmon. I I used to not be able to. Like the texture just put me out entirely. Uh but now I can, but I actually still don't really prefer it over like seared salmon without like lemon, just with lemon butter and like maybe a bit of honey and then just like straight up squeeze some lime on that shit. That's my preferred way to eat salmon. And like any kind of other fish, I'm very picky about unless it tastes generally not that much of fish. Once again, like weird for someone who's eating fish. Like just like shellfishes. I don't really like shrimp except for like the very small ones. That one like I don't like oysters because it tastes like blood to me and I don't like eating blood. Just like I think like being picky about like seafood and like that kind of stuff is pretty fucking normal. Most kids are, most people are actually. A lot of people I know like don't go out their way to eat fish. Like it's fine to eat the things that you like as long as you're not like getting scurvy. Like, even like you're not eating enough vegetable or whatever. Like literally, like my cousins were taking pills for that. Like she got vitamin deficiency because she couldn't get enough like vegetables and stuff in, where she was studying. Like it's just kind of a normal thing to like remedy nowadays. Like being like weird to people about that is meaningless. You know what? Now I'm gonna. This is not gonna be a paper. This is gonna be a hardcover. It's gonna be a paperback. Like the Sherlock Holmes, the Sherlock Holmes like definitive collection with original the Strand uh illustrations. I have a copy of that. Yeah, vegetables are like expensive. Where like in like food is already expensive. Like where she was studying, which is in Europe. And genuinely, I do think that like Vietnamese people eat a lot of green, like leafy greens. Just it's hard to find that in Europe in general, unless you get like a really good like Asian market near where you live. Enoki, yeah. Yeah, mushrooms are good for that though. Mushrooms do contain like an amount of vitamin C. Like they do like help with the same kind of things that like vegetables help with. But I feel like they don't have enough fiber. And for somebody who is pretty used to like a rather like fiber rich uh diet, mushroom would not be enough. But generally, like I think you guys don't eat like that much leafy green and like vegetables in general compared to like you know this land where like shit just grows because it's warm out most of the year and like there's sunlight in winter. So like I don't think that it's that necessary to eat like a lot of leafy greens. Sometimes it's just nice to have. It's hard to get like good vegetable when where you are like the weather doesn't allow for good vegetable to grow. Oh, this track slaps. Sometimes I draw hand and they're definitely not like anatomically correct. I, but I think they look cool, so I leave them there. It's more important to me to look right or cool than like being correct in art. I still haven't gone to the wet market near like here where the family just moved to actually, which is like I think like we could excuse that given that again probably not good uh, to like have so many people in the same place right nowadays. There are a lot of like grocery stores near here, but I still do want to go to a wet market like now and then. This shit in the wet market just hit different. Like somebody like carted that shit like out in the open all the way from their own farm to sell at like a stall here. That shit doesn't come in the truck. Oh, this is so groovy. This is so like funky. think the coconut is making the caffeine hit stronger. Probably should like tone down the coconut for a while. The blah and the boom boom. Really good. Really good soundtrack. Seven, at least. Maybe it doesn't like fluff up that much. Seven. No, seven's right. Forcefully hitting my fucking W keys. Why does the Q key work normally, but not the W key? What are you not telling me? Maybe I can. Wow, I'm drawing so many parallel lines. Okay. How are we looking? Like something I would say. You know what? I'll take that. Was it 9 or 8 that I stopped at? Okay. Oh yeah, forgot about that part of it. get to it soon before I fucking forgot again. Man. Oops. Well, we can draw together. I think like tomorrow I'm gonna set up like an actual like stream server to route my files and stuff through. Like gotta I think it's better to work that stuff out like sooner than later. Yeah, I mean like it's just like probably gonna be a server of me and like any co-commentators that want to like talk to me while I draw on stream. Cause if they have talk sprites and like those will definitely have to be routed through the server, a server like voice channel instead of like through like normal calls. So it would be like more convenient if I just have like a central server for that. And I can instead like stream stuff out too. I think I had like an art stream server a long time ago, but like I was very, very young then. Not like that young, but you know, much younger than I was right now. And also I was like in trance. Yeah. You know what? I like that. I'm gonna keep that. You friends. That's right. That is correct. I do have to say though, the internet in France was better than here. Hurts me to even say that, but it is true. And also I can actually order stuff by mail. There are three things I miss about being in France. One, the trains, the public transport in general. Two, uh, the internet, mostly the speed. And three, uh, the post office. Like you send shit like in the country and like they can get it like same day or like the day after. I sent a friend a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of snacks and like uh a few drawings. I think they still have that like hanged up somewhere in the room, and like it arrived like the same day. It's like it's fucked up. It's fucked up. If France has that. Oh, snacks. I mean like a bunch of like Vietnamese snacks. Like we have a hard candy is made of basically just like sugar, and but like it has like it's a candy that's just mostly sugar that is uh like fucking melted down and like molded into like a piece with peanuts in them, maybe a bit of ginger. Just like I love that shit. Is not I'm not gonna lie, it's a very simple concept. Very good though. A bunch of stuff we have actually is just like traditionally just a lot of sugar because we do have sugar, like native sugar cane and like peanut because we do have the native peanut. So yeah, there's also a type of candy that's just like there's like a core of peanut and then like you melt sugar down and like add like starch or something like that to them to make it like something you can pull out, and then you pull out and like you wrap a very thin layer of sugar around the peanut. Most of our candy are like kind of chewy, kind of crunchy. If it's chewy, then like it becomes like usually like candied fruit, and if it's cake, then it will like have flour, usually rice flour. Yeah, I said the friend candied ginger, and I think like their whole family was like, oh, that was too hot for them. They couldn't eat it. And I'd be like, yeah, you. I guess like they put the whole thing in the mouth, like a whole piece. You usually don't do that. Like you like kind of nibble on a piece of candied ginger, and it's like really good for seasickness and like car sickness. If you travel far by car, like you can keep some of that on you to like munch on while you're in the car. Hmm, do more of that. Then that a bit more. But yeah, I was like buying stuff for them for that like gift package, and I was like wrapping that shit like in the middle of the train station, the subway station. Like I came down to the subway station, I just sat the fuck down, and I bought like construction paper kind of to like wrap it, because like I didn't really want to like, because like actual gift wrap paper are like too expensive. I just got a roll of construction paper. It's just like sat down in the middle of the subway station, like brought out my scissors, just start cutting the paper to wrap the gift with, because I didn't really want to stop home on the way to the post office, because the post office with and the and where I was buying the wrap paper is like they're on like the same station, so I didn't really want to go home and then come back. So I just like did it right then and there, and then I got it like next day. Awesome. I think that was while I was still in the Mouse 100 fandom. Saying things like I am in the fandom now is like something. Man, I don't think I have been in the fandom for a long time. I just do things now. Do not ever put me in fandom. But yeah, I was like 19 or 18 then, going through heartbreaks and change of scenery. I received like at least three different like pamphlets and shit for like colds in the like area around my school. Awesome. Yeah, they were just like old ladies uh in front of my school, just like handing out little tiny fucking uh Bibles. They were pretty well bound. I could appreciate them as a book school student, as somebody who went to school about books and got to like learn some of the book binding stuff. Like they were like good quality shit. They were Bibles though. Also, they're so small. Like Are you kidding me? Look at my eyes. Look at the thickness of my glasses, and then tell me to read this book again. The book that is like the size of smaller than my palm. She's like 3 fingers wide. You gonna make me read that? You gonna make me read that fucking tiny print? If your lord, if the Lord wants me to hear him, then he should fucking speak louder. He should have subtitles, readable subtitles, bitch. I also got a pamphlet for definitely. I hmm. I'm not. I wouldn't say it is like Scientology, but like it is like an alien cult, an ancient alien cult. The pamphlet they were like setting, they were like just like they're handing out. Pamphlet they were handing out have like a bunch of stuff about how like uh the scientists are lying to you and stuff like that. It was really funny, but at the same time, like no fucking thanks. I'm not engaging. You know what? Yeah, yeah. I'll ship it. Does that ship it? Oh no. What time is it where you are? Where I am is almost time for cats to start fucking running around like they're possessed. Yeah, I'm gonna go until I finish inking Rayhan, and then I'm gonna sign off. Yeah, I think maybe she's just like looking for something because like cats are like insanely punctual. They're a little they're a little beasts of habit. A cat will remember when you feed them every day. They will remember when you wake up, and if you don't, they will remind you. Cats are very good, but at the same time, holy shit. You won't wake me up unless I have a nightmare, and she'll sometimes wake me up from it. You know what? Yeah, that's Peter's a good cat for you. I think like cats can definitely tell when like a human is upset. At least like a human that they know well. my family's cat, like when he was still living with us, like he was the kind of cat who did not enjoy being held at all. Like you could only hold him for like a minute top, and then like he will wiggle out. He just does not really like being held. But like sometimes when I'm upset, like I hold him and he will like let me for like the full like half an hour or something like that. Like he didn't like move at all. He just like lay there. He was such a good cat. We couldn't give him because my mom's asthma was acting up, and it was like she was the one who was like really close to him. So like he kept like when she went to sleep, he kept like slipping the right next to her face, which did not help the situation at all. Like poor dude. But also, man. So yeah, we had to rehome him because, wow, he was something. He was a very like strong personality. It is liquid, confirmed. We have had solid fida and liquid fida. Now we just have to wait for gases fida and uh, plasma fida, and then we will have avatar of all four elements of all four state of matters. I think like one of the things that I've learned repeatedly and never remember about drawing a stack of books was to draw like from like the top down, because you will know like it's just like the normal rule of like draw something that is in front first, and like from this perspective you see the top down first. But damn, I do not remember it ever whenever I draw a stack of book. Simply like leaves my mind. The knowledge just like fades out, and like when I'm done, it fades back in. I guess every day I have to relearn everything. Straight line. I would not be able to be a tattoo artist because I couldn't draw a straight line. Like I couldn't freehand a straight line. That is something that you have to have. Like that's an ability that you have to be able to tattoo somebody. Oh, this fucking track slaps. Beat computer, baby. You know what? The fact that there are like a bunch of Waynes, there's only one Gibby is like something. It means something. I'm not sure what, but like you go around, you see like so many Waynes just walking all over the place. You're at the house of Waynes, and your brothers are everywhere. But Gibby, like they have to resurrect Gibby. They have to like fucking reanimate the same fucking corpse. Like what happened to Gibby? I wonder. Drawing books is like making me remember. It was that one time that the family went to an old book fair, and my father for some reason picked up like a book in French about like two extremely old, like about to fall apart books in French. One about different parasite, different like body parasites, and like the diseases that they call or that it calls, and one about English, like one about like the grammar and stuff of English, which is a selection for sure. Les trois clefs de l'anglais something something la langue de la reine ou du roi, something like that. It's very funny. I mean, like some of them is some of the stuff in there is like genuinely interesting. I don't think I will ever like grow out of like liking to hear about some stuff in other languages. Oh, really? I mean, like I've been trying to say your name in like the correct accent, because man, we would be like exactly in that game that Bim streamed today. It's just like I would like speak French to you and you speak English back. Just we're just gonna be in Quebec. It's just gonna like speak like franglais at each other. Yes, please tell me the fun fact. This thing's gonna be hardcover. I have decided. Oh no, no, I mean like it's I mean like at least from my experience learning in school with a bunch of like native French speaker, it's like definitely a very common thing for like younger French speaker, and especially like people who who also speak English online a lot, to like mix up like a bunch of different words like connexion with like the X, which is like the French the correct French word. Like a bunch of people keep mixing that with like the English like connection, like with the T, and like there are a bunch of other stuff too. Like we did have to do like a whole module about that. like also I think like I fucked that uh yeah, this is nonsense. This is nonsense as far as like perspective goes. A bunch of folks were like mixing up like ex- so like with fractions and stuff like that. It's hard to tell if like that's like uh plural or singular. So like 1.5. So it turns out that's like it's the correct definition of plural is like two or more. So anything under two is singular. So like 1.5 would be singular. So like that's how you like coordinate that stuff. Oh shit. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm done. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. That was like probably a lot of caffeine in that one. I couldn't like tolerate caffeine super well anymore. Probably just like I should leave that there for a hot second. Yeah, we had to do like a whole like French grammar module, and it's just something I could choose because like I'm literally a language student and like I came out of a class like in Vietnam that like teaches you how to like choose that kind of test. So I'm like I got like, a good like I got a good grade on that unit, but I actually didn't like remember too many things from that except for like yeah those like few things. I will still say that my academic French is much better than my casual French. So like I don't actually speak it like super well. I can write it like moderately okay, which is a combination for sure. Shrek slaps so much. It's actually like I think like it's really funny sometimes because like I have a few albums, a few Spiro et Fantasio album from like Don Genre era, and like they were doing a bunch of like western and like more epic adventure kind of stuff then, and there were a few English words and stuff like American characters involved. Every single time there was an American character say like speaking English in those albums, they always have those words always have fucking British English uh, spellings. I think that's like the biggest fucking middle finger you can give to the Americans. Also, like, because it's so lopsided. Honestly, I kind of want to get my hands on a physical copy of La Machine du Rêve. Mostly because, like, I do want to look at, like, Dome Genre's, actual, like, art style. He does have like a very gorgeous, like casual art style that isn't like when it's not tied to Zero. To be fair though, like those albums in those days were a lot of stuff are in there. I would say the the anti-Asian caricatures and stuff were going fucking strong in there. But you know what? And can't spell Belgium with a racism. Wow, it's almost 2 already. Fuck, fuck. We didn't get that done before 2, lads. Okay, I think it's gonna be fine. Not to, leave it to tomorrow. I do have to send the sketch that we did earlier in the stream for like approval though. That's something I need to do. God, this track's so gorgeous. Oh no, please let me fucking listen to it. Don't pause my shit. God, I hate that YouTube auto pause now so much. And like somehow like on mobile the fucking the, like the auto switch video stuff is like on now, and I don't know how to disable it again. I fucking hate it using YouTube, man. Please? Okay. Hmm. Okay. Please? Okay. God, my W key is definitely onto some shit now. I need to clean it. Oh, thank you. simply love drawing their funny books. Wow, those are not lines at all. Holy shit. Okay, that's a stack of book. Alright. Can I choose right hand for a hot second? Ah, fuck. Wrong thing to click. You know what? Yeah, I probably shouldn't like force it. Maybe I should do like some very light hatching for this one though. No, it doesn't look right like this. Wow, okay, next time I'm not gonna drink that coffee. That's just so strong. I need to nerf that. Incredibly. Or even try to consume it. Okay. Yeah. You know what is the order tomorrow? You know what, if I have the brain for it, I'm gonna stream tomorrow again. Maybe not this part, maybe a different part of a different commission, but I will if I stream, I will probably be streaming more commissions. Gotta work, baby, and we work together. Okay, oh yeah. Thank you for stopping by the stream. We got a moderate amount done. We got like a sketch and like a bit of an inking stuff done. I'm like madly nauseous now, and I probably should not finish the coffee. So I'm just gonna like do my biddings and then go to sleep. It's 2 in the morning right now. Okay. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream. Thank you for keeping me company. Cosme might be back again tomorrow. or the stream, or maybe I will drag some other friend into suffering with me, or I will do it alone. We will see. We will see how it turns out. Until then, thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for watching the stream. Uh, See you guys very soon.